Namaste, welcome to Sri Pathshala. Learn with us. Please subscribe to our new channel Sri Pathshala. Also click the bell icon for further notification. Also share the video, like the video and leave a comment for the improvements. Thank you. Namaste. Today we will be learning how to connect Edpuzzle to Google Classroom. For both Edpuzzle and Google Classroom, we will be using official email IDs. For demonstration purposes, we will be utilizing one account as teacher and one more account as student so that we can clearly understand what the student get and what the teacher gets. The features available for teacher and the students are different. Accordingly, we get different screens. A small prerequisite to the video is you should have access to your official email ID. You should have already created the class with your classroom. You have already added or invited your students to the class. Here we have all set with the prerequisite. I have just logged into the Gmail account, which is an official account as a teacher. So teacher with the school name. I'm just moving to the classroom. Once the classroom opens, I have already created a class called as demo class. Just open the demo class. I have invited the student and I have joined the student into the class. So here for the demonstration, I have used only one student. In real classes, there may be more students. So as the number increases, you can note that there are multiple students. Similarly, I have added only one teacher to the classroom. The chances of multiple teachers is possible with a classroom. So this is the prerequisite wherein I have my teacher account with the class and already created a class, and I have students who are enrolled into the class. So I don't have any class materials. I just have a student and the class ready. Now, once everything is set, we can create an account in Edpuzzle by using same official email ID. Then we can utilize it, and creating an account is done only once. Later we just log in. So we have two flavors. One is to sign up, which is registration. Another is login. If I have already registered, then I can directly log in. If I have not registered, then I will go on with sign up. So since it's a teacher account, I just select I am teacher. Generally it logs in with the Google account which you have already added. So you can use Edpuzzle directly to sign up, or you can integrate with Google. Both works in the same fashion. I go on with sign up. So it will ask what is the name. I just give some name as a teacher. It will ask what is the mail ID. I give the mail ID. Then it will ask to set some password for it. I will set some password. If any referral codes, it will ask for it. Click I agree button in the Edpuzzle. Create your teacher account. Note that use official email ID. Once everything is set, it will open your Edpuzzle and it will ask what is your college name. Try to start writing your college name. It will show you the other colleges available with that particular name. If it doesn't shows up, just say add my school to the board or to the Edpuzzle. Start writing the college name. And it will ask what is the city or the town. Just added the city name. Then when I say add school, in few cases you may get the school names. It will say there are some schools with the same name. So identify which school has highest number. That will be the school where all the teachers have been added. So just select that school. It will ask for the grade you are teaching. I just say it's for higher education. Select the required subject. If you want, you can add multiple subjects. For the beginning, you can just start your account. So note that your account is now ready, Edpuzzle account. And note that it says please check your teacher account and verify the account. I'll go back to the teacher account. I have mail received to verify my email address. Once I open it, I just verify the account. Once everything is done, it's just verifying my email with the Edpuzzle. Once it is succeeded, I get a message called as get started. Click it. It will open up your Edpuzzle account. Note that if your school has already purchased the Edpuzzle, you will get your school is a pro school account, and you can add your upgraded code by clicking that particular button which is at right top. Add your upgrade code. Then it will take on to the school profile where you need to enter the upgrade code. Consult your administrator to give that particular upgrade code so that when you apply it, you will get your pro account. Fine. And here you can note that a basic plan will allow you to add only 20 videos, but a pro school account will have unlimited video uploads. So then I am back with the same screen, the login screen. Here, whenever I want to add some video into the Edpuzzle, which is already recorded, I may need to use my content to add the content. So the easiest way is for future users, we can store the recorded video into the drive. So I go back to the teacher account. I open the drive, which is Google Drive for storage. I'll create a directory here. Just click new folder. I say I want to store recorded videos for class. Recorded videos for the class. Whatever messages you get, just click OK. I have already created a folder so that I can arrange my data. If you really want, you can store each folder with each classes like class 1, class 2, class 3, or else you can just post all the videos inside this recorded videos. Inside this, I upload the video. I have a simple 2 MB of video. In your case, it may be more than 2 MB. In all those cases, it just uploads into the Google Drive. Once it uploaded, you get back your upload complete message. Also, you can see your Google Classroom, Drive with your recorded video. And once it is completed, even you will get a message in your inbox. So keep an eye on email also. I just uploaded the video. Similarly, if I have multiple classes recorded, I can upload all those videos. But keep an eye on this format. Most of the cases, Edpuzzle works with MP4 videos. If it's something else, please convert it to MP4 and keep it back in your Google Drive. Once it's done, we will go back to Edpuzzle. Then if it is at the Edpuzzle's home screen, just click the content. If it is in my classroom or somewhere else, you need to click the content, create classes. So I can add the content by using contents. Initially, I may need to add the classroom with the Edpuzzle. In that case, I need to move on to my classes, use Google Classrooms connection. So when I click my classes, I get this window wherein I don't have any classes. At the down, I get Google Classroom link. Just click that. It say add a new connection with Google Classroom. Click that Google Classroom. It will ask for a consent. Since my students are legal, I will just click the second option. I'll click the continue. So this is just connecting the Google Classroom, which I have as a teacher account, with the Edpuzzle with the teacher account. Account is not connected. Let me check it back. I need to connect with Google so that it easily connects to the teacher. Note that when I selected the Google Classroom, I may get this error message which says your account is not connected to the Google. You can fix it by visiting your Edpuzzle. So you can go back to the profile page. You can note that you are not connected any account. You can use Google, connect with Google so that I can connect my teacher account, or else when you log in, you can use the Google account to log in. Both cases works fine. Once this is set, I can go back, click the Google Classroom. It will ask to give the permission for the Google account teacher. Just click allow. Now whatever classes are available with my Google Classroom will be shown, and you can import whatever classes you need. In my case, I have only one class, which is demo class. It will ask what is the grade, what is the subject, so that it can be clearly arranged. Then once my classes have been selected, if I have multiple classes, I should use this tick mark to select the class and assign what is the grade level, what's the subject. Once everything is done, if your subject is not listed, you can select others at the down. Last option is others. You can select that other. I say that it's related to computer science. Click the import class. You can see that the list of my classes has that particular class name. And currently I don't have any assignments, no due dates, and the class members, once I import, whoever are in my Google Classroom account, they will be listed out as a student. And in my case, I have only one student. If my classroom had multiple students, the same will be reflected back here. If I have 50 students, then I will have all those 50 students listed with the number as total number of students. So if your students are added and if they are not connected, you may need to import the students so that whoever are in the classroom will be added back into the Edpuzzle. Suppose my classroom shows 95 students, and if my Edpuzzle shows 85 students, 10 students are not added into the Edpuzzle's classroom. So just click the import students so that all those remaining 10 will be added back into the class in Edpuzzle. Once all these are set, this is done only once, and if really other students have been added to the classroom, they are not listed in the class members, then I can import the students. If not, this is done only once. The remaining is I just move on to the content, move back to my content to the left. Then I have a button called as add content. click the second option, upload a video, and note that I have already uploaded the video in Google Drive. That's the reason I just select the second option. If you have not uploaded into the Google Drive, you can select it from your system. I use the Google Drive. It will again ask to sign in with the required teacher account. It will, since it's the first time, it will say to give the permission to import the data which are there in Drive. So I already stored my videos. Whatever videos you have stored in the Drive will be visible in this menu. So just select the required video according to your class. Click the select button. It will try to load, and it takes a bit time for preparing, which connects your video into Edpuzzle's server. So note that I have just uploaded the video into my Google Drive. This is my Google Drive. I just uploaded the video into the Google Drive. Then with Edpuzzle, I just clicked upload video. Then I just use my Drive to select the same video. Once it's set, it should show you preparing the required video into the Edpuzzle's account. So meanwhile, we will cross check what is happening with the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom stream doesn't has any content. Classroom, if you have other contents added, it will be listed out. We don't have any other contents. But whenever I have a video in the Edpuzzle, it actually creates an assignment which is similar to creating an assignment in the Google Classroom. So people who are in the classroom have the access to all those videos. And once I don't have any assignments, I don't get any grades. As soon as I add some video into the Edpuzzle and I assign it to the particular class, I will get that Edpuzzle's name and all the students who are part of my class. Once it is purely uploaded into the Edpuzzle, you can note that I got a message in my Gmail which says the video which you are uploaded is ready in your Edpuzzle. Fine. This is my video which has been uploaded. If you miss somewhere, suppose I am somewhere else, just click the content at the right top, click my content. You'll get back to the videos which are uploaded to the Edpuzzle. So just select the required video, check whether it is the same video. For me it's the same video. Then if you want to change your content, that's the name given for it, you can change it by clicking edit. So open the video. To the right I have an edit option below the assign. Just click that edit, click this pen symbol, change whatever content you need. I just say that classroom and Edpuzzle. I'm just giving some name for it. Save the title, finish it. So this is helpful to give a meaningful title for your video. Once it is done, I can make my video public or private. You can select whichever you want. I made it as private so that only my students can view my class videos. Or else you can also made it as a permanent private mode in your profile. So once my video is ready, my heading is ready for the video, I need to assign it to the particular classes. I just click the assign button which is at the right. It's right down to the right. I have assign above the edit button. Click that assign. It will show all the classes which are there in your Edpuzzle which has been imported from your Google Classroom. Select the required class. Until you click this classes or the select the classes, you won't get these buttons. You can note that this assign is disabled, post on Google Classroom is disabled. As soon as I select my Google Classroom's class, which is demo class, I get this assign button and post on Google Classroom on and off switch. So once my class is selected, I need to say when I should schedule my video. So I said today around 3, I can just write 32 p.m. I save it, and I can even set when it's the due date. Say 2 days, within 2 days you should watch the video. Then prevent skipping. If I off it, students can skip my video. If it's on, student can't skip my video. And the second option is post it on the Google Classroom. Google Classroom doesn't has any assignments. If I select this, automatically the same video will be posted as an assignment into the Google Classroom. Note that I don't have any assignments in my stream. Even my classroom is empty. As soon as I say assign, it's posted. Note that you get a message posted on Google Classroom from my Edpuzzle. When I move back to the classroom, it takes time so that the same Edpuzzle content is posted back in my classroom. So it has been posted from my classroom. Once it is posted, I can watch the video. The student will see this, the title given, who is the teacher, when is the due date for the video. He can play the video, he can't skip the videos. You can note that even though I click on the other positions, I can't move it back. I can't move it back. Then I get a list of all the students. It also shows the teacher because I just watched how it looks. Then if I had 90 students, I will get all those students list, and even I get how many are watching, how many have watched, and how many are watched the video on time, and whoever was late to watch the videos. Since I have set it as 2 days, if someone watches after 2 days, then they will be treated as late for the video. Similarly, I can maintain attendance for each student with this video. So it has been posted, I guess. We'll go back to the Google Classroom. I'm just checking whether, yeah, Google Classroom has my Edpuzzle. Note that it is in this color, which is light gray. Once it is scheduled, it depends on the server where you are. Once it is scheduled, it will be turned to the blue color so that students have the access to the video. In the meanwhile, when I post the content, I get a mail into my Google Classroom. Note that this was a mail for uploading the video. Once my assignment has been posted, I get some mail into the student's account. This is the stuff we need to do in Edpuzzle. Once it is done, I can log in back to the Edpuzzle, move on to my classes. I can track how many are watching my videos. Once I get multiple classes, I need to select the required class. Then I get to know what and all assignments I have given, what and all videos I have been uploaded, when is the due date, among those many students, how many have watched it. Here, in our case, there are only one student, and here it shows 2 because teacher is also watching the video. Similarly, if teacher doesn't watch the video, then it will be 1. So if there are 90 students, among those 90 students, if you are watching, say 20 are watching, then after watching I'll get 20 of 90. Fine. Here it shows how many are watching for each video. Here for the demonstration we have only one video. There can be multiple videos in this section. Once it is done, let us check in the Google Classroom. It's still to upload. Meanwhile, we will just log into student account so that we can see what's happening with the student account. just logged in with student account to the mail. Once I logged into the student account in the mail, I go back to the classroom of the student now. It's again in the teacher. I just change the account. So now it is in the student account. Student can check back to the teacher's class. He can know what and all assignments he has. You can note that this assignment has been posted and he can see that on the stream. In the stream, it's already posted just now, and he can watch that video at Edpuzzle. So once he open up, it will be displayed on his stream. He need to click it. Click that Edpuzzle classroom with the name what and all has been given. When he opens that video, I'll just log out with teacher account so that I can log in with student account to check the video. So once the student clicks on with the Edpuzzle, he will be transferred to the Edpuzzle login. It says sign in with the required account. Since it's a student, I will use the student account. Once the student account is opened and if he has given the permission, he can watch that video. And note that he can't skip the videos. He can't drag and move the videos. It shows that you can drag it. It's already locked. So he need to watch the complete video. Then only he will be treated as he has watched the complete video. I'll just check for 20 to 30 seconds. Then I will log out from student account. This is just to demonstrate that student is watching the video. And note that it is showing 34 seconds. If I change the tab, if I am browsing something else, then Edpuzzle will not move the video. It stops somewhere around 34 to 35 seconds. If I am browsing for 1 minute with some other tabs, if I come back, it's again with the same. It won't move when I change my tabs. If I move from the screen, it will not continue the video. It will be paused. And it returns back only when I continue back to the screen. So I just log out from my student account. I'll log in. Note that once the account has been created, second time is I just need to log in. I just click login with my teacher account. Just use the login. I'm a teacher. Use the email ID which you have already utilized, or even sign in with Google will work. I'll come back to this base home page. Get back to my classes. You can note that I have that video uploaded. When I open it and check, you can note that student has watched 20% of the video. So once he completes the 100%, I get this turned in. Then my class shows out of those many students, few have watched the video. This is the flow, how it works. Once it is done, student can mark as done so that it will be reflected back in my Google Classroom. So this is the student account. When I move on to the teacher account, I can note that stream says Edpuzzle has uploaded the assignment. People are same. When I move on to the grade, initially it was empty. Now we can note that you have all the assignments which are posted by Edpuzzle, and you have all the students. If they watch completely, this will be turned in as 100. If they don't watch, it will be blank. So this is the complete process of using Google Classroom and the Edpuzzle. Hope you got a clear idea of connecting both Edpuzzle and the Google Classroom. And note that login and sign up are two different flavors of any account. If it is Edpuzzle or any of the account, if it is sign up, it's for registration. If it is login, if it's login, then you're already registered. You just need to log in using the username and the password. Similar to this, when I click login, it will say tell me what's the username and the password. If you have forgotten, you may need to recover it. If not, you can directly log in and get into the account. So note that if your screen shows your school is a pro school, add your upgrade code. You need to consult your admin so that he can give you back the upgraded code such that your plan is shifted to pro plan. Thank you for watching video.